Hello and welcome to Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. My name is Mara. Today I'm going to be unraveling the New York Times Games WORDLE, Strands, and Connections for Monday, June 23rd, 2025. So spoiler alert, if you haven't already done your WORDLE strands and connections for today, please make sure to pause this video, go over and do that, and then come back and watch and compare and see how we did. Of course, you can always follow along with me and pick up some tips, tricks, and strategies along the way for how I solve WORDLE strands and connections. And then leave your comments below as to what you thought. I appreciate your kind comments down in the comments box. Share this out. It always helps. I also appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button and come back and watch the other videos that I have. In addition to the New York Times Games videos, I am going to be putting out some other content, such as other crafts and other games. And so hopefully you can catch some of that. All right, without further ado, I'm going to bring up my wheel of WORDLE start words so that we can select our start word of the day. Okay, I have my wheel up. Let me shuffle a few times, make it full screen, and here we go. Beast. Now, that is one of my favorite start words. We'll see how it does for us today. I'm going to pause while I pull up my phone, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my phone pulled up. I'm going to open up my New York Times Games app. Go down to WORDLE, guess your way to the correct word. Monday, June 23rd. Go ahead, add another day to your 301-day streak. Beast. Okay, well, you know, when you don't get any letters, that is both good and bad, you know. Not having any letters, and especially these common letters, can help with the next word. So let's see. I think I would like to, you know, if possible, you know, try to do an R, maybe a U. We have still like I and O for our vowels. Let's see. P and D. You know, I think I'm going to do the word P-R-O-U-D for, you know, let's use up some of those top line, get a couple more vowels in, proud, some more common letters. Okay, all right. Well, we have an O and a D in the wrong spot. So let's see what else can we have? D-O. Well, we still have the I, the L. What if we tried the word doily? I don't know where that came from, but just trying that will help us to, of course, I could also try dolly, but I'll go with doily because it's all new letters and has a D and an O in it. Okay. Ooh, all right. Well, we know that O has to go at the beginning of the word since it doesn't go in the first or second spot. So we have O, D. Wonder if we just have a double D. Oddly. Let's give it a try. All right. Ooh, so doily ended up being a good second word. Awesome. Okay, so I got it in 4. I've played 639 games. My current streak is 302, which is also my max streak. Awesome. Oddly. All right, let's go down to strands. Find hidden words and uncover the day's theme, June 23rd, 2025. Breaking up the band. Breaking up the band. Let's see. All right, I'm going to look to my corner. Breaking up the band. So what is this about? Bands and breaking them up? Pardon me while I drink my coffee. All right, let's see. In the upper left, I see, I want to say sing, but I see an ing. And RO, I see rock groups. I wonder if that's our spanagram. Rock groups. Let's try it. Yay. Oh my gosh, spanagram right off the bat. Okay, so if we're breaking up the band, they've done this before where they've taken like 2-word book titles like Hunger Games, and they split it up. Animal Farm, that was one of them before. And so they had and it was called dystopian novels was the theme. So what if we have some rock groups and we're breaking them up? And that's what they mean by that. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is pumpkins. So maybe some Smashing Pumpkins. Okay, pumpkins. And we've got our shing here. So this is our shing. So, oh yeah, here's another S. Smashing Pumpkins. Next to smashing, I'm seeing cheap. So maybe we have Cheap Trick. Okay, cheap. And if they're breaking them up, maybe, yeah, right down here is trick. That's funny. So they're putting it Smashing Pumpkins, Cheap Trick. I see talking. Wait a minute. Oh, I put taking, not talking. Talking heads. Yeah. All right. Breaking up the band. And they broke it up with the rock groups right in between. I got the spanagram right away. And then I got all of the band names. So cool. That was quick. All right. Let's go ahead and go up to connections. Go ahead, add another day to your 25-day streak, June 23rd, 2025. Our 16 connections words are historical, old-fashioned, skinny, bell, sun, flare, literary, mom, old man, cocktail, farewell, young adult, Collins, boyfriend, speculative, and shot. Okay. Nothing's jumping out at me right away. Historical and old-fashioned, I mean, kind of sound like they could go together. But they are right next to each other, and I'm not seeing anything like that is a synonym for like historical or old-fashioned. Something is old-fashioned or something is historical, but I don't think so. Pardon me. Okay, but old-fashioned is also like a kind of drink, isn't it? Like an old-fashioned, let's see. And here's cocktail, old-fashioned and cocktail. Collins, like for a Tom Collins, and a shot, like you take a shot of a drink. They're a little, I mean, different, but it seems to me like you have a Tom Collins, a cocktail, an old-fashioned, and a shot, like you take a shot. Let's hold on here and see what else it could be. All right. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot today to help me highlight my options. Okay, so let's do that. And I'll just use the blue that's already there. I'm thinking that this drink is probably green or maybe even yellow if people know their drinks. And maybe, I guess it could even be blue, so like green or blue maybe for the color. But let's see. Historical bell, like the Liberty Bell. Old man. Historical old man. Sun and flare next to each other, like a solar flare. Sun is solar. We have skinny and boyfriend are like kinds of jeans. Maybe mom jeans. So there are mom jeans, skinny jeans, mom jeans, boyfriend jeans, and young adult jeans, old man jeans. That'd be kind of funny. Flare, like what do we call them? Like bell bottoms. Ooh, I wonder if bell goes with it. Skinny and bell. But I'm thinking flare. That's more what they call bell bottoms these days. Flare. Okay, if that is a possibility, then let me see what else we could have. Let me change my color. Whoop. Come over here. Let's just change it to purple. Okay, we have historical, literary, young adult. Oopsie. Young adult. For like kinds of books, like historical books, literary fiction, young adult. Farewell. Speculative. What would that be in terms of a kind of writing? Literary, young adult, historical. I feel like those three go together, but what is speculative? And then that would leave bell, sun, old man, and farewell. Speculative, old man, farewell, bell, sun. Well, okay, I think I'm going to, let me write down, okay, I'm going to keep the old-fashioned cocktail Collins and shot highlighted, so I'm not going to write that down, but I'm going to write down skinny, maybe this is yellow, skinny boyfriend. That was what I saw first. I think skinny boyfriend. I'll abbreviate that, BF. Flare and mom. All right. And then maybe I'll write down the historical literary. I'm going to just say lit, and YA for young adult. And then I'm not sure, but let's delete the screenshot. All right. I'm going to give this a try because I think this is probably like green, and we're talking about types of alcoholic beverages or something. Oh, okay, glass, something glass, glassware, cocktail glass. I didn't even know that they called it like a cocktail glass, a Collins glass. Is that like a tumbler? I mean, is that like a tumbler? An old fashioned. I don't even know what that looks like. I'm not a drinker. Okay, and then a shot glass. I do know what that is like. Okay, I did go to college. All right. So, wow, that was the purple category. I totally thought that would be, green or maybe blue. Okay. And then what did I say? All right, let's go with the jeans. I feel pretty confident about that. So, flare, mom, skinny, and boyfriend for jean types. Let's give it a try. All right, kinds of jeans. Okay. And then I was saying historical, young adult, literary. Okay, old man, son, farewell, and bell. Bell. So we still have the blue and green categories. And so maybe like this, the ones that I have highlighted are green in the terms of they are, like maybe types of writings or books. Speculative seems like the most likely scenario here. And then how do old man, son, farewell, and bell go together? I don't know. Maybe it's something like in a story, like a book. We're talking about maybe in a book, like famous things in a book, but I don't know what it could be. I still have all my guesses, so I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try, and then we'll get, if it's correct, we'll get the other one by default, and we'll be able to figure it out. So here we go. Cringe. Okay, fiction categories. Okay, so I did say literary fiction, young adult fiction, speculative fiction, and historical fiction. Okay, all right then. And then we have son, old man, farewell, and bell. This is the blue category. I'm thinking maybe it's a book or a movie, something to do with that. Let's figure it out here. Words in Hemingway titles. Okay, we'll go back and think about that. So I have completed 298 games. My current streak is 26, and my max streak is 251. So slowly but surely, maybe we'll get ourselves back there. And I did perfect. I didn't make any mistakes. Wow. Well, that wasn't too bad, but you had to kind of know your stuff. All right. So words in Hemingway titles, bell. Okay, so like for whom the bell tolls, is that, is that Hemingway? Farewell to arms, old man in the sea, and I have no idea about the sun. Something in the sun, old man in the sun, old man in the sea. I'll have to look up Hemingway titles and figure that out. All right. Well, how did you do? Did you figure it out? Have you tried doing a screenshot? If you do this on your phone and highlighting in different colors, how is that working for you? Is there a different, would you like to see some other tips, other tricks that I might use to figure out, you know, the categories on that? Let me know. All right. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your kind comments down below as to what you thought. I would appreciate it. And don't forget to click on the links and check out what I have down there. Check out my other channel, Mindfully Crocheted, if you want some yarn and crochet content. And we also do some fun and games over there too. So go check that out. If you haven't already, hit that like button, share, etc. Go check out my other videos on my NYT Game Solutions, and YouTube is probably suggesting one of them right there. Don't forget to put a little play in your day. Take care and be kind.